Hey guys, my name is Mepin and today we are looking at a scenario where the Chicxulub Meteor doesn't hit the Earth. Now today we are gonna be looking at the almost full filling of Europe. So I'm gonna start with the brown team here. They are gonna be taking quite some land and they will take all of this land. We then see the Saint Petersburg country. They also take some land in Finland, and they take basically all of Karelia. Karelia. We then go to Poland right here, like Prussia. They have been very expansionist lately, and they will annex, kind of like Anschluss, they will annex this country right here. And this is kind of frowned upon, and the only country that like the only country that frowns upon this is the Czech country right here, this sign Czech. But we will now go to here, and you know how here in this capital city there were the Celtics. Well, this green team, they launched an investigation because they cannot find the government officials and some high up people. They cannot find them. So they start an investigation in the city and they do not find them. But little do they know, a city here in here in Havana or like in Hispaniola, we see the Celtics land. They land on Hispaniola and Puerto Rico. Now they have fled all the way from here to here, which is very, very like massive. Yeah, they even which is like a massive distance. They also take Jamaica and land on Cuba. They also take this island of the Bahamas. We then see that the Spano-Portuguese Commonwealth, they also expand a little here into Morocco, and they take all of this land. And they also in here in America, they also take some land. Now they border the what is it called? The English colony. N no, they do not take all of the Americas. And we see a few new countries being we see a few new countries that just that land on America. The first one is the light blue Italians. They land here in I think that's Georgia. And we also have the Peter the Saint Peter. Well, the Russians they also land, but they make a pit stop here in Iceland. They take the entire island. They make a very small pit stop right here, and then they go down, and they eventually land on Florida and take the entire what is it called? The entire peninsula of Florida. And we now see that the Ukrainians they will also expand into Europe a little. We have seen that the Ukrainians they're kind of nomadic. not that much nomadic, but they still are quite nomadic. They take all of this land. We also see that this green Polish country, they also take some lands. Now they cross the river, I think that's the Wisla, and take all of this land. We now see that in the alliances layer, we see that in here, we see that these countries, they are in an alliance, but the alliance, it's kind of falling apart, so they decide, so all of them decide to disband it, you know. Damn, wrong layer, wrong layer. We didn't see that here, and we didn't see uh, that this blue country, they start invading into the what is it called? The brown country. Now they start invading. I gotta need to pick some small car. They start invading and they take this major city, and accidentally they also go through the land of the green country and they take it over. And this obviously leads to the Polish. They are like, and this obviously leads to the fact that the Polish Russian country, they declare war on the blue country. They take all of this land, taking this major city, and uh they start with a very successful, what do you call it? A very successful spearhead towards the capital of the city. And we obviously see them cap not capitulating, but begging for surrender. But they do not accept. They take they make a massive encirclement here. They take all of this land and they then seize the capital of the blue country. And here we see the peace treaty. In the peace treaty, we see them that they take this uh area right here in the north. Yeah, we see this being taken away from the blue country. But this did not stop the conflict right here with the brown country and the blue country. They are still miles better than the brown country, so they take their capital city. And in the peace treaty, we see that the blue country, they annex everything. I gotta erase that from the layer. We now go to here, and we are gonna see and we are gonna see that now the entire peninsula of what is it called? The entire Scandinavian peninsula is taken, and we see all of, and we see that all of Kola and I don't know what other things are there. There's Kola and I don't know what else there could be. Well, they take all of it. Obviously, like no one lives here. They eventually even discover Svalbard, and they make a very small settlement right here. Obviously, because it's very cold and they do not like cold that much. We now see here that the I'm gonna just call them still the Celtics. They they now what do you call it? They now take the entire island of Cuba and also this small island right here, and they eventually land on Yucatan. They eventually also take the Bahamas and the the Saint Petersburgians and the what do you call them? And the Celtics. They still do not know about each other, yeah, even though they are pretty close to each other, like they're pretty close. We then see a new country forming right here. It's mostly refugees from these three, and also some refugees from Black Team and Somalia, and it's gonna be here in the Guinea-Bissau area. It's gonna be this lime, I guess. It's gonna be this team, yeah. They're gonna be here mainly in Guinea-Bissau, and they're also gonna be on the I think that's no, the Canaries are here. I don't know what this could be. These islands could be. Well, they are on these islands. We now have that. We now have that the Lime Tripoli team. They also take some land. Obviously, like no one lives here, so they just take all of this. Like more like claim it, but I don't care about claims and whatever is the country. We now see that the pink country, they also do some massive expansion. They now border all the way from here, from the from the Ukrainian country all the way to here. We now officially see that the aligned country, they now have nowhere to expand. But wait, the line country, they suddenly start going here and here. And what did I just do? I feel like I have dementia because I feel like I just did the entire map where they go to the Suez and they think and they heard from the Black Country in the Alliance that there's there's civilization down here. So they start going, but they kinda misunderstood the instructions. Uh, the Black Lebanon language, it has kinda diverted from the Lime Anatolian language because in Lime Anatolian, if you say left, you say wealth, but in the Lebanese country, to say left, you say belf. And to say right, you say wealth. So they start going, and they steer left right here, and they get to Sri Lanka and southern India, which is definitely interesting. And they find many spices right here, but and these countries, they're still kind of close. Well, the Black Lebanon country, they say, well, there's not spices there. What are you talking about? And the Lime Anatolia country, they are like, No, there are spices there. There are many spices there. And they are like, no, just you may be you may be landing on some islands. Try to keep going more. Yeah, try to go more southwest, southeast. So they start going, and they land on Sumatra. They take the entire island in a few days, and they also land on Malaya. And that's when we see that the old world has discovered the new world, aka Europe discovered Asia without going through here. The Lyman Anatolians, they tell everyone in Europe that they found civilization in Asia, or like very, very east, in the very, very east. And everyone is like shocked. Everyone knows that Lyman Anatolia, they like, they like never make things up. So this must be true, you know, you know. So we see that the uh, lavender lavender country right here. They also make a super small colony, and they go, and they miss the entire thing completely and land somehow on New Zealand, which is definitely interesting. They land on the South Island and eventually on the North Island, and they take the entire New Zealand thing. Now, both of them, they are like, where are you? The Lime country, they think that they are that the Lavender country, they are like on Java, but the Lime country, they think they are on like, but the Lavender country, they think that the Lime country should be somewhere here. So, yeah, and we obviously see that more countries they discover uh the new Asian world. For example, the Greeks they start a colony right here on Borneo, and it's gonna be right here. And probably the majorest colonization country, aka the Spano-Portuguese Commonwealth. They also make a small colony, but they make it on Sumatra. Or no, that's not Sumatra. This is Sumatra. This is Java. They also take these small islands that about who nobody cares about. And we see that the Philippines country, they know that time is ticking up and they need to take as much land as they can. So they take the rest of Borneo and also Sulawesi. We also see them take these islands, but not Papua Guinea, because we see that the what do you call it? That for the French, I'm gonna make a colony. The French are gonna make a very small colony on Papua New Guinea. But you know who else makes a small colony on Papua New Guinea? Yeah, that's right. It's the Russians. They are well, not hostile, but they do want the rest of Papua to themselves, and they land here, and they immediately cut off the French from further expanding on land. They also take these islands. Again, nobody cares about them, but like, you want them. Why would you not want them? And we see that the New World, they get the technology obviously from the Old World or the European world. And I think I can stop the video here. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye.